The Byzantine Empire lasted from 330 to 1453. The capital was Constantinople and the languages spoken were Latin and Greek. The population was 26 million at its peak. The Byzantine Empire's capital is new modern-day Istanbul. The Byzantine Empire had many unique characteristics.
The Byzantine Empire dates back to 667 BC when the Megarians founded it. However, the majority of the events and influential people occurred from 330 BC to 1461 AD. The Byzantine Empire was located east of the Mediterranean Sea and was a major part of the Roman Empire. In 330 BC, Byzantium was renamed Constantinople and was declared the capital of the Byzantine Empire. When the Roman Empire was split into two sections by Diocletian in 294 CE, the Byzantine Empire remained with the greater half of Eastern Rome. The Byzantine Empire served as a cultural blend of people from Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. The wishes of Constantine to lavish his capital resulted in the Byzantine art to resemble the Greco-Roman culture. In 527, the reign of Justinian began when he succeeded the throne from his uncle. He wished to rule all of Rome, so he began by conquering the weakened areas of Western Rome. He set up a legal panel to organize and sort all the laws within 400 years of Rome. Justinian's law code decided all of the legal questions a person had. In 610, when Hercules became the emperor, the official language changed from Latin to Greek. Byzantine also lost much of its land to Muslims in 610. In 693, the Muslims attacked Constantinople in an attempt to gain more control over Europe. In 726, Emperor Leo III banned the use of icons within the empire because it was thought to lead to idol worship. In 800, when Charlemagne was declared the emperor of the Romans, it was the first time Western and Eastern Rome have separate empires. When Prince Igor of Kiev attacked the Byzantine Empire, the Byzantines destroyed the Russian fleet. In 976, when Basil II became the emperor, he began to reconquer Syria and Greece. However, when Basil II died, the empire began to fall apart. The Great Schism between the Latin Rome Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church greatly affected the Byzantine Empire in 1054. Both of the churches fought for converts. When the Eastern missionaries attempted to reign over the Slavs, they created an alphabet known as the Cyrillic alphabet so that they could study the Bible. The Crusades arrived in Constantinople in 1056, which were successful at first, but soon they withdrew from the cooperation of the Byzantines. In the Fourth Crusade, Constantinople was captured from the Byzantines. In 1347, the Black Death swept through Byzantine and a majority of the population died. In 1453 AD, Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, which led to the decline and the end of the Byzantine Empire. During the period of the Byzantine Empire, many important individuals and events were present. The religious schism was a formal split between the Latin Church and the Orthodox Church that was only partially mended. The plague of Justinian was when the eastern and western parts of Europe, including the Byzantine Empire, both experienced the epidemic of the bubonic plague. The building of the Hagia Sophia represented the dates of reign of Justinian and the unique culture and architecture of the empire. The Cyrillic alphabet was created so the Slavs were able to interpret and worship the Bible. Byzantine Empire's decline began when the Muslim Turks invaded and seized most of Asian territories of the empire. The Crusades, eventually reaching and capturing Constantinople, led to the decline of the Byzantines. The complete end of the empire occurred when the Ottomans attacked Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire fell to the Turks. Emperor Justinian was the greatest ruler of the Byzantine Empire. He wished to rule over the Roman Empire, so he expanded Byzantine's territories into the weakened areas of Western Rome. He created Justinian's law code, which was the collection of all civil laws which determined legal questions. Icons were pictures of the holy and sacred image, and iconostasis is a collection of icons that usually surround a church. After the Great Schism, the Roman emperor banned the use of icons and mandated them to be destroyed. Finally, Emperor Basil II began to reconquer Greece and Syria. However, when the Basil II died, the empire began its long decline.
The Byzantine Empire established Christianity as their official religion. Continuous arguments with the Roman Pope led to a formal schism that split the Orthodox Church from the Catholic Church in the West. Byzantine art also reflected its religion. The art illustrated holy figures against gold backgrounds. The Byzantine Empire built cathedrals as well, their most impressive being the Hagia Sophia. And of course, the Byzantine Empire missionaries spread their faith to Eastern Europe. The Byzantine Empire strove economically due to its capital, Constantinople. At its height, the city made it difficult for other cities to be recognized because of the city's booming trade. The Byzantine was mainly an agricultural economy. The empire's economy would not have been successful if it weren't for its prosperous capital. The early era of the Byzantine began with Constantine. He reunited the Roman Empire, moved the capital to Constantinople, and made Christianity the favored religion. During this period, changes were made by local authorities and were put into action in hopes that the empire would not break up. Following Constantine, Hercules came to power in 610. He initiated the thema system. This system divided the Byzantine Empire into 4 themes. The significance of this plan was to create a defensive wall for protection for the Byzantine Empire. Following Hercules was Alexis Comnenus. His goals were to strengthen the Byzantine from the inside as well. He did this by giving noble families more power. Since Byzantine was a Christian state, non-Christian people were not granted citizenship.
The Byzantine Empire involved lots of social significance. The Justinian plague was an epidemic of bubonic plague that caused an urban decline in the 6th century. Cities declined of wealth and population. The importance of high-ranking aristocrats at the imperial court and rural landowners increased. Alexius Comnenus, a Byzantine emperor, considered himself a lord, not a ruler, who conceived and called the empire his own house. An apparent increase in women's seclusion occurred, and this influenced Muslims for future customs. Military aristocracy invested in farms and free peasants to reduce their owners to vary forms of dependence. The military orientation brought a new class of aristocracy. From this, power and wealth came from land ownership policies. All in all, the Byzantine Empire suffered from territorial losses, and its urban centers gradually declined. Architecture was a dominant practice for the Byzantine Empire. Cross and square was a form, and the earliest example is the Theotokos Church in Constantinople. The pendative dome was another form, and the Hagia Sophia was an example. The Karamagara Bridge in Cappadocia was an example of the third most common architecture of the pointed arch bridge. For warfare, Byzantines used flamethrowers, hand trebuchets, and grenades. Liquid fire was the biggest warfare innovation at this time. The ship mill and icon were additional innovations. Luxury inventions were made as well. This included pipe organs, hydraulic throne, and mechanical animals for the imperial audience chamber. For agriculture, water-driven mills, nailed horseshoes, and harnesses for draft animals were used. Beer became a common drink and was enjoyed by all classes. Silk became important and was one of the most prized items in the world for that period. Additionally, defensive walls, aqueducts, and cisterns, vaults for holding water, were created and used often. The Byzantines inherited much of their scientific knowledge from the Romans. Medicine was also important, and the Byzantines continued medical theories of the ancient Greeks and Romans. Overall, the Byzantine Empire incorporated a copious amount of technological and intellectual innovations during its time period. Culturally, the Byzantine Empire was extremely strong. The Cyrillic alphabet was a writing system used and derived from a local language used by the Slavic Christians following the Orthodox. It shortly spread into Eastern Europe. Constantinople had possession of the Hagia Sophia Cathedral, or Sacred Wisdom. It was used during the reign of Justinian and had a unique design for its time. Art and music were strong influences, and art was used as a religious expression. The Byzantine literature was based off of 4 different cultures, including Greek, Christian, Roman, and Oriental. Once culture got a hold of the Byzantine Empire, ethnicity widened, and it became made of universal icons, hymnography, music, and architecture that controlled and influenced many. The culture of the Byzantine Empire made many important aesthetic contributions to the arts of Europe as a whole.
Geography in the Byzantine Empire is crucial to its success. The geography of the Byzantine Empire consists of the Roman Empire and parts of North Africa, Greece, Italy, and even some territory in the Middle East. Geography had a large impact on the Byzantine Empire for Byzantine near the Bosphorus River, the Black Sea, and the crossroads between 3 main continents, Europe, Africa, and Asia. This led the empire to be the center of many wars. A set of long, famous holy wars, known as the Crusades, were also fought in the Byzantine Empire. The geography in the Byzantine Empire affected the lives of many Byzantines. Because Constantinople was directly on the crossroads between Asia, Africa, and Europe, wealth, items, and trade passed through these culturally diverse markets. The most famous trade routes like the Silk Road ran through Constantinople. Accessibility to these items that passed through such geographical trade routes made people richer and wealthier. Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, was primarily affected by its geographical significance. Saint Demetrios is a Byzantine military saint that protects the faithful. This icon relates to the iconoclasm, which is a deliberate destruction within a culture of the culture's own religious icons and other symbols or monuments, usually for religious or political motives. It is a frequent component of major political or religious changes. The term does not generally encompass the specific destruction of images of a ruler after his death or overthrow. People who engage in or support iconoclasm are called iconoclast, a term that has come to be applied to any individual who changes established conventions.